To the second session of Android Intelligence. So first, let me share a link and make a vote of it. So just go try the link which I had up in the chat box. So please just go to that website and please vote for a correct one. So whether you have been already attended a session or it's a first session for you all, so I need to clarify that doubt. So if you overturn, just thumbs up in the chat box. Oh, okay, so 100% you all are was being in a first session, right? Okay, thank you. So next, okay, let's. So you all know that, right? There are two sessions, but there are two tracks. So the first track will be solely for Kotlin programming language. So you need to brush up your language level in Kotlin in order to program the Android output. Then, so track one is for just Jim, which you have to need some train up, right, in order to export Android app. So track one is not that much needed to get a certificate, but this is a session two, which will dealing about the prior to programming. Yeah. So say for example, if you want a certificate, we are going to choose a track two. So you need to get 10 batches in the track two. There are 10 batches available in track two. So we'll deal with the thing in later. So let's just brush up a Kotlin programming language now. So first, okay, so let's start from hello world. So if you want to, this is the main method, which will be as like as Java. So if you want to print hello world, it's a simple only. So Kotlin is designed to minimize the workload of Java. Okay. So then these are parameters which you will be getting as written as output. So first here you can see a function which holds named as and. So it holds two parameters. So a as a int and b as an integer. So here you can see. So the data type of a is int and the data type of b is int. Here we are returning an integer, right? So here returning a plus b means, so say for example a is 5 and b is 3, it will return 8. So we usually have in Java or in Python, so we usually have say for example in Java, Python int add the bracket, in the bracket we will be putting the two integers to run a method, right? So instead of putting an int while dealing with the access modifiers like public, so here we are using as a whole a function only, right? We are not dealing with the access modifiers. So public, private, or default, or protected. We are not dealing with that. We are not making the programming language as complicated. We are making as much as simpler. So here we are dealing, returning an int. So that's why we had put colon int. So if we are returning null means just leave it and put unit. So say for example here function display which holds only a print statement inside of it, right? Display method. So it's returning null. So in that case, you just put colon unit. So why I'm mentioning this such method means you will be dealing with in your mobile application development. So here there are two variables you already know. I already said yesterday. Where is a mutable variable? It will vary. Yeah, it can be. We can able to vary the values of a counter. So counter is an integer. So colon always denotes counter is okay. Counter is an integer. Name is a string. So like that. So we can able to change the. We can able to mutate the name, right? Then what's interesting about this variables declaration? Yeah. Okay. So say for example in Kotlin, as like Python, I think so. It automatically assumes that. So if we have put var length is equal to 5, we need not put length colon int. So it automatically assumes that we are storing a integer into a variable which is nameless length. We are storing a string welcome into the value or variable, like that stuffs. Okay, so the no need to mention this colon. Okay, so that's what I mean here. So it's interesting now. Okay, say for example, if you are going to do a if else statement in Java, means you need to open a braces or that much. These are the complicated things, right? But in Kotlin, we are doing it in simpler manner. Okay, let's run this in a Kotlin playground. Okay, first I'm opening Kotlin playground. Okay, so now I just copy paste. So I think you are seeing my Kotlin playground. So in this case, please open Kotlin playground. Okay. So please just open your new tab in a Google Chrome and type for Kotlin playground. Okay. So here I need to make you all do this. Please search in the toolbox and click the first link, Kotlin playground. Please. Okay. So if you've done that job, just reply me yes. Yeah, I done the job like that. Okay, everyone opened. Is everyone open? If you open means just give a thumbs up signal in a chat box. Okay, Avinash, thank you. So right. Okay, good. So I think everyone opened the website. Okay, now, so I just copy pasted. Um, this is a if statement, right? This is a if statement of. So I should not tell it is it's a when statement. We would be calling it as a when statement. It's not a if statement. So instead of using if, there is no if else statement in Kotlin. So instead of that, easily type when, and you easily use the when statement. So I am going to call a method, or let me cut and paste directly in a main method. Why should I call a method separately for this? Okay, so when. So these are the separate methods we will be calling one by one. So if it's 0 or 1, if the separate method will be executed. So I am going to the, if x is equal to 2, then this statement should be executed, right? So let me try first. Let me run this. Okay, here you can see what I had done. I'm going to run the when statement in a main method. Okay, so it should return, it should provide a hi to as an output, right? So let me run this. Okay, hi to. Okay, does everyone getting this answer? Please be fast. Okay, just yeah, open. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So others also can replay, right? So only the repeated members are replaying. Yeah, super. Thank you for okay. Now let's print. Okay, instead of using a for loop statement in other language, just like other language, we are going to use repeat. So as I already mentioned this repeat method in prior session. So I'm going to repeat 3 times to print awesome. Okay, so let me run this. So it's awesome will be print. So let me put print ln. So because we need to print this with line by line, right? Let us also. What's happening? Okay, so let me first run this. Yeah, that should be. We are not rely on using for loop and initializing a iterator, and with the help of that, we are not running this. We are just repeating simply. Okay, so then let me move on to my PPT. So why I'm mentioning this Kotlin programming means you also need to work out your Kotlin programming knowledge into this. Okay, so that's why I had suggested to use this. So instead, you can also, there are so many IDEs for Kotlin nowadays, so you can also use those things. So let me switch to. Yeah, okay. Next, so if you want to initialize a class, like if you want to create a class means, say for example, if there is a class in Java, we will be using constructors in order to what do we call initialize a variable, right? So with the help of constructors, we will be initialize a variable. Say for example, if we have 3 arrays of string, say for example, book 0, book 1, book 2. So every book has its unique author and number of pages and cost, right? So we will be rely on constructors in order to have separate variables for separate books. So instead of using the constructors, we can easily approach the class where creating a initializing a value aside its data type is seen. Just that's it. We just created a class with a constructor. So if we ask from a main method, so if we call a constructor from a main method, here creating a value as instantiation. We used to call instantiation, right, in the Java language. Because why I'm always mentioning the Java language, because Kotlin is an alternative to Java. So that's why I'm mentioning here. So don't worry if you don't know Kotlin, it's not a big deal. So it's very simple than learning Java. So you can directly learn the object-oriented concepts through Kotlin also. Okay, so next, collections. So here the list of, we can easily create a list. So I already said, right, if you are creating a value, or if you are creating a variable, you need not consider about the data types. It automatically takes that it's a list, it's a map, it's a set, like that stuff. So we used to have collection concepts. It's a core Java concept, right? Collection is a core Java concept, but in Kotlin, they break down. It's like a very simpler thing. It's not in collections. While studying the advanced Java concept, there is a we will be knowing about the collections. We should not rely on collections while learning basic Java. But in the Kotlin, they broke down this concept into a simpler manner by creating a list, a set, a map of like that stuff. Okay, so now, okay, before going to the layouts, let me switch. Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, now let's go to where's the link? Wait a minute. So I'm going to share on link. So with that, you can be able to get a website link for a new prior to programming. So wait a minute. So okay, so before that, is anyone installed Android Studio software in your laptop? So if yes, please say yes. So don't put thumbs up. If yes, please say yes, so that I can be able to contact with you and solve your problem. So is anyone didn't install Android Studio yet? If you install it, means just reply in the chat box as yes. Yes, I installed. Because this is not the last session, right? We'll be having a number of sessions, but we have planned to do make 3 sessions only. If you love to take many sessions, means so we are ready to take those sessions. Come on, man. Yes. Okay. Super. It's not a big thing, right? No. Yeah, okay. If you all done that job, means I think you all get on batch, right? So if you just installed and install the software in your laptop as a task, you will get on batch in the Google from the Google side, Google the Android team side. Okay, so that by installing the software also you will be getting on batch. As a whole, I'm talking about only this track one only. So did anyone get more than 5 batches by completing track one? So there are so many time. Okay, so don't bother about track one. So we need to complete as soon as possible. No, it's not that like that. Did anyone push it to them to get almost at least 3 batches? Okay. Okay, I have sent a link in the chat box. So just click that link and open a website. Open the StudyJam website course. If you open, please say yes, so that I can be able to move further. Because last time I just ran out without considering you. Okay, so just tell me whether you. Okay, thank you. Nivash. Thank you, Sidhu. Thank you, Nandini. Thank you, Gopinath. Okay, yeah. So now, so yesterday we seen about new to programming, right? Because you are learning the Kotlin programming till now, right? So by jumping into the prior programming experience, so we are going to start a course, okay, in prior programming sense. If you start a new to programming course, means just leave this start Kotlin to cons. This is for the people who already know the Kotlin language, already trained with Kotlin language. So for them only, they need to click start Kotlin language to brush up their knowledge. So these and all, no need for us. So let's click directly start course. Okay. So don't worry about that. It's also a very easy one. Okay. Even I got 2 batches within 15 minutes. So now I think everyone are being in this website, and okay, I think, yeah, okay. So now let's click the first batch. So here you can see every batch holds a number 1. So here this batch holds a number 1. So just from 1 to 10. Okay, these 10 batches only going to provide you, only going to make you a getting authorized certificate. Okay, so now this is a simple task only. Just go to take Code Lab, just take this Code Lab, the unit 1. It's very simple. So blah blah blah. Okay, these and all we need to do. Okay, so see here, if we install an Android Studio, we will get a badge. Yeah, of course, we need to collect 10 badges to get certificates. So next, if we're done installing, you will be getting on new patch. Okay, Dan, I had done this, completed 100%. So now, okay, shall we move on to the quiz part? Shall we? Okay, let me take the quiz. Start to take the quiz. Yeah, okay. So I think yesterday's session you had done a great job. That was as awesome answering. So let's see whether we are getting out now. Okay, so there are almost 5 questions only, because yesterday we got 6 questions. So you people had done a great job. We got out of 6. So now we are going to deal with 5 questions. These are all easy only. So okay, is it? Please answer for the first question. I think you all know very well about this. First question. I'm asking for the first question only. Don't rely on the second and third. Okay. So I'm just. What will be the answer? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Simon, you're right. Android Studio. But here there are 2 blanks, right? So simply we are going to type. Oh, I think I got the answer. Android and Studio. Okay. So Android Studio is an integrated development environment, commonly known as IDE. So for building Android apps. Okay. Then for the next question, without going to solve these questions, or sorry, not solving, without going to fill up these, answering these questions. So let's get a quick look at the Android project. Okay, so here, so we are holding off the 4 questions. Okay, now we are holding off the 4 questions. So we are going to learn some stuffs, some interesting stuffs. Okay, let me share my Android Studio screen. So here there are so many persons are being here. So without registering into the for the session, without registering for the session, so please make registration before entering into this session. Okay, so that will be very helpful for them to communicate with you all, guys. Okay, it's somewhat tougher to communicate with you all because so many persons are not registering, so we can't be able to contact with you, and they are also very optimistic in these sessions. Okay, whenever you started a new project, okay, whenever you started a new project, for the first time there's a pop-up. So you need to prefer an empty activity. So there are so many activities, right? Map activity or the navigation activity you will be seeing, right? I think everyone whoever installed the web, just click the already clicked that new project. Okay, then you'll be getting these options, new activity or empty activity, like that stuff, you need to always click empty activity, because empty activity makes you thinking. You always rely on empty activity, so that it will create a, what is it will boost up your creativity. Then okay, if I open my new project, means at first it will looks like this only. Okay, so I think I have a doubt, is my screen is casting to you all? Yeah, anyone can no, sorry for that. Okay, so let me start from first. So once you opened your Android Studio, once you created a new project, start your new project, after some sort of loading time, you will be getting this window. Okay, so then this is the Android. So you need to check whether we are in Android catalog. So this is called catalog. Okay, so we need to choose Android. So in the Android, we'll be having two options: apps and Gradle scripts. So in this app, we'll be having manifest, Java, and these are the settings, and resource folder. So here, if you drop down the Java, we'll be having our own package name. So package name should be unique. If you take in 25.6 lakhs apps in Play Store, every 25.6 lakh apps holds different package names. So it should be different for everyone. Okay, so it should not same. Then within that package, you will be having n number of classes. You can be able to create a number of classes based on your program. Then here, then we will be going on resource. Resource means these are the layouts, these are the images we will be storing. You will be storing the set of strings and views. Okay, so drawable means you will be holding whatever the PNG or JPG or WebP, you will be storing here only. These are the assets, right? So image, video, you will be storing here, drawable. Then layouts. Layouts means here, this is the activity, main activity layout. Okay, so at first your app layout will be like this only. Okay, so say for example, okay, let me run. So here you can see the run button. So if you click that run button, it starts Gradle. Okay, once it's ready, so it automatically installs the app into my mobile and automatically pops out. Okay, so let's wait for some time. So without wasting much time, let me come to the Kotlin main activity.kotlin. So here you can see the package name com.mscc.myfirstapp, and these are the imports. So as like Python, Java, we are also going to import libraries, because it will reduce some time, right, by importing the library. So then app compactivity. So here you can see class main activity colon app compact activity. Say okay, so app compact activity means, so this means main activity extending the app compactivity. Okay, it is getting some bridge. It's creating some bridge between the Android OS and what the app we are exported, like, right? So this is the bridge. App compactivity is a bridge between the OS and our app. So then here you can see the override function on create. So we are going to override a function. So on create means on create is one of the part of activity lifecycle, mobile app activity lifecycle. So on create will be happen only one at a times when you opened an app. So say for example, if you are opening an WhatsApp, so just you're creating a you're pushing your app to open, right? So that's a creating stage. So this is what will be happen. So if you open an app, you will be seeing a WhatsApp symbol and a list of contact details, and what you had messaged. You will be seeing whether they are online or offline, or how many messages you are left unread. Like that stuff will be holding in these on create only, because when you open WhatsApp, you will be seeing that first. Okay, so see here super.onCreate, this is a super class. Okay, so we are calling a super class and saving the instances of the particular layout. So these and all it's just a basic. So you need to don't bother with these things. Okay, So here, this is the main thing. Insert content view or dot layout dot activity main. So here you can see activity main.xml. We are calling the layout from the backend. We are calling the layout from the backend. Calling the layout. The name is activity hyphen main for the first. So say if a person clicks the WhatsApp logo, it just this activity will bumps. They name it as activity main in the WhatsApp app. If you re-engineer the WhatsApp mobile app, we will be seeing that activity main.xml. So here we are just holding the hello world. Okay, so instead of that, they will be holding here the WhatsApp logo and the hello, the list here, like that stuff will be going on. So let me show the app which I had created now, because I just exported, right? I just clicked this run button. So it's exported. It was exported. So let me run the Python program. So it's a Python program which I had done before in order to screencast my mobile app onto the computer. We can also be able to control the mobile app via laptop also. Where is it? Wait a minute, it's loading. Yeah, okay. So here you can see my first app. This is what we had exported from the Android Studio. So it will automatically, there is no matter how to get the app and put it in your mobile app. So you just simply connect the USB cable and switch on the USB debugging option in your mobile. It automatically install the app into your mobile. So now let's click the my first app. So I'm going to click this. Yeah, hello world. That's it. We just created a mobile app. It's a simple. So this is the first thing I had done in my life. So by creating the first app, I was amazed that yeah, I just created an app. So this is your first project. Okay, so you need to create this what do you call this app, and we'll be having a email thread, right? So you need to just upload it to your drive and share it in that drive. So it just boost up some others, right, in order to create on their own. So you can also able to pick this app and send to the Play Store. You can open your own Play Store account and upload this simple app and make your app available in Play Store. That's it. Yeah. So is there any doubt on creating a simple app? If yes, please just enter your queries in the chat box. But I just wasted some times, I think so. If you have any queries, creating a simple app, I'm not relying on any layouts. I'm not going to talk about the constraint layouts. So there are so many layouts, but we will be mentioning some linear layouts, relative layouts, constraint layouts. So these layouts will be helped in order to arrange the views in a sense, image view, text view, so and so. Okay, we need to arrange the text view. Now here we just make the text view in a center, right? Hello world. So we can also be able to yeah, change its position. We can able to change the position of the text view. So for that purpose, we will rely on the layouts. So is there any queries? I'm asking regarding this only. So creating a simple mobile app. I just created a new project. I didn't change any codes, and just clicked this run button. App exported. That's it. Is there any doubts? Anyone stuck anywhere? So is any error comes out? Any error pops out to you all? Okay, so now let's move on to the questions. So we need to do this a quiz, right? So we need to answer these quiz. Okay, so do you have anything? So here you can see what is the name of the auto-generated layout file in the new project you have created with the Android Studio. So any case, auto-generated layout file. 3. Yeah, of course, activity main. So I said, right, this is a layout, .xml file is a layout for your Android app. So activity like XML file is the right answer. So then, so I need to talk more about Android manifest.xml. So I already insisted you that, right? So I'll be later talking about the Android manifest. So when you open an app, when you install a new app and open your app, so you'll be asking that you'll be providing some permissions to the app, right? Shall I open? Shall I take your contacts? Yeah, yes. And shall I open the camera? Yeah, yes. Like that stuff, right? So the developers will write the permission codes. Those are all permission dialogues, right? So we need to allow everything, or we can able to simply dismiss. If we dismiss that that activity, so it won't. We can't able to move further. We can't able to take a picture from the Instagram and from WhatsApp. So we need to click the allow button in order to move further. So these permissions will be arised from the developers from this Android manifest.xml only. They need to ask for the particular time when the user clicked the camera button. For the first time, we need to ask a permission. If he wants to ask a permission, he need to get a permission from us. So he need to request the permissions. That code will be written here in the Android manifest.xml. And also, what are the activities we had coded? So at first we had seen the main activity.kotlin, KT, right? So we can also name a second activity.kotlin, third activity.kotlin, like that stuff. If we created a n number of Kotlin files, we need to register everything. We need to mention. So that's a main activity.kotlin is present in our app. There is a second activity is present in our app means you need to register, you need to name, you need to enter the second activity.kotlin in the particular line in the Android manifest. And these are the two answers. So I think next one is, in Android Studio, which tool do you use to create a new virtual device to run the emulator? I think you all know already about this. So any answer? 2. AVD manager. Yeah, AVD manager means Android virtual Android virtual device. So AVD means Android virtual device manager. Then it's correct. Then fill in the blanks. DAS is a built automation system that uses a domain specific language to describe the app's project structure, configurations, dependencies. So say for example, app project structure means, so we'll be having a particular structure for a mobile app. So particular structure means we need to start the app from the on create method. You all seen that override on create method, right? So that's a one kind of structure. And configurations means whether we are using an internet or like that stuff. And dependencies means if we are using a database, so you need to add that dependency means you need to download those library files. So you're going to connect your app with the database, right? So we don't know that code, so we will be just adding the dependencies. So it's a simple one line of code which will automatically download those libraries and emerge those libraries into your app. Whenever it needs to connect the database, it just calls that library automatically without our acknowledgement. So it just contacts the library. So these and all will be kept handled by, we commonly use a term Gradle, right? So Gradle means it's a kingdom where the king lives, right? So it's a Gradle. Gradle is a build. It's a home for the automation happens behind your project. So now let's submit the answers. I will guess I am right, 100%. Yeah, of course. So if you've done this job, you will be getting another batch. That's it. Today alone, I got two apps, two batches, right? So remaining 8 patches only. If you get those 8 patches, you will receive a certificate. And hope tomorrow we will see. So before that, you need to enter. You need to fill up a Google form. Let me share it now. Please wait. Vaishnavi will send a Google form to you all. Vaishnavi, can you
Okay,
send it?
I'm
Yeah.
sharing chat box. Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, just fill up the Google form. So we will receive your Gmail and make a new thread in order to facilitate you guys. Okay, just share ups. Then hope you'll finish these 2 tracks and get a badges and a brand new certificate. Thank you. You can leave now.